hopefulness and confidence about the future of the successful outcome of something. October 13th, 2020, I posted an Instagram video of a deer skipping across the beach. I gave it this title, "All they want for you to be as happy as this deer. That is all." Someone left a comment on the post saying, "Till that lion comes." I responded, "And then he will get smart and avoid the lion too." Many are scared at the thought that lion without realizing you're capable of navigating it. Fuck the lion. Optimism is a word that has become controversial in some ways. There's a misconception that it means the same thing as delusion. A stunning percentage of people, probably including the user who left that comment, believe that optimism is just a setup for disappointment or loss. Those who are scared and hurt are afraid of optimism because they don't think they want to be let down, so they confuse it with naive. Take a second and read that definition again at the beginning of this section. Optimism, hopefulness and confidence about the future or the successful outcome of something. In contrast, here's the definition of delusion: a false belief or judgment about external reality, held despite incontrovertible evidence to the contrary, occurring especially in mental conditions. Notice how they're different? The opposite of optimism would be pessimism. Here's a definition of that: a tendency to see the worst aspect of things or believe the worst will happen, a lack of hope or confidence in the future. Does it make sense that with hope and confidence about the future, you have a higher chance of reaching your desired outcome? I think so. More important, you have far more control of your perspective than you have over the trillions of variables that navigate the universe, that make navigating the universe so tricky. Choosing optimism over pessimism is, at the end of the day, wildly practical. It doesn't mean being naive or blind to the downsides in business or in life. In fact, I'm more aware than most about what could go wrong. I just believe that I'm capable of navigating any challenge. For example, if you think you'll genuinely be happy running your own business, I'm not going to lie to you and say that it's going to be easy. However, I'm excited that you even have the opportunity to try. Your grandfather couldn't start a company on the side with his smartphone. Gratitude can fuel optimism. Do you know how lucky you are? Optimism is being thrilled about your next at bat while acknowledging that you're not guaranteed to hit a home run. If this is hard for you, ask yourself what your defense mechanism is when something doesn't go as planned. Do you default to blaming others and getting upset? Do you lack accountability? Do you use ego as a shield? Do you crawl into a shell because you're dwelling on the past or beating yourself up? Is your self-esteem entirely influenced by what other people think of you? Or do you take accountability? Do you deploy gratitude to limit dwelling? Do you have perspective on life as a whole outside of your business or career? Are you kind to yourself? The other emotional ingredients will help you deal with losses more effectively, so you won't be let down as often. When you know you won't be let down, optimism comes naturally. Rewiring your emotions takes time. Start by surrounding yourself with optimistic people and limit interactions with people who drag you down mentally. Fill your ears with positivity through podcasts and videos, 24/7 and 365. Groups who have been historically oppressed tend to draw optimism from other successful people who look like them. That's one of the reasons why representation is so important. My grandparents would always point to the TV if there was a person on it with a Jewish last name. They'd say, "Wow, a Jewish person on TV." They lived under oppression in the Soviet Union. I didn't understand them, but I now see why they were thrilled to see successful people who looked like them. They were a source of hope. I think of optimism as a map. It helps me see my destination. It's one of my many reasons why I value the journey over the outcome. Optimism makes the journey so much more fun than pessimism. It's exciting to wake up in the morning and play my game when I have hope and confidence in achieving my goals. Optimism makes playing the game more enjoyable than winning it. I think about how I want to buy the New York Jets one day, but I wish you could understand how little I actually care about it. Of course, it would be amazing if it happened, but I'm more comfortable if it doesn't happen. What I'm not comfortable with is not trying. That's why I believe optimism is a perfect teammate to tenacity. How can you be tenacious if you don't think you can achieve what you're setting out to achieve? How can you put in the necessary work? More important, how can you sustain success once you achieve it? If I'm climbing a hill and I tell myself I'm not going to be able to make it to the top, it's not as much fun as pushing through. But even if I can believe I can, I'll genuinely enjoy the process of climbing, even if naysayers say I can't. I do acknowledge that, but much like Darth Vader, you can use pessimism with tenacity to achieve your goals, but it's not sustainable. If you have confidence in a positive outcome and you pair it with optimism and tenacity, success has a better chance to come true and be sustainable. If you guys are looking for a good book to read, this is a great one, 12 and a Half by Gary Vaynerchuk.